Hey everybody, it's your boy Zero here doing another gunpla review. In today's episode, we are covering the entry grade Lah Gundam from Gundam Build Metaverse. So, I went to the hobby store the other day, obviously, and I was literally looking for the Rising Freedom Gundam. I really was, but they didn't have it, so I had to make a decision, and I went with two different models as you saw. I went with the Lah Gundam and the Abyss Gundam. Though in hindsight, if I had my brain on, I would have grabbed the Raider, and then I could have done instead of the Abyss, then I would have at least had all three of the original Genocide trio done. But, hindsight's, hindsight. So I went with the Lah Gundam, an entry grade, which, I'm not a huge fan of entry grades. They need more paint. They're more color accurate. I can't say accurate without spacing it out. I don't know. They're more color correct, but they're still needing a painting. Like, there's no paint on the camera, on the head, on the back. But other than that, it's all color separated correctly, so that's the cool part about it. But, just not a major fan of entry grades, but I can understand why people like them. But with that being said, I don't mind this one. This is surprisingly a very cool one, much like the Exceed Galaxy. This is like, alright, if more entry grades will like this, I may like entry grades more. So, let's get into the review. So, this entry grade actually does come with not transformable, swappable parts, if you will. So basically, you have the regular version of the Lah Gundam, as you see here. Naginata, different type of scope, all that fun stuff. Different backpack. For the Naginata parts right here and here. This can be separated into two different parts. I'll show you that in a second. But then you have, sorry if I butcher this, the Nagata mode, if you will, or as I call it, base form, because this is the regular backpack for the standard entry grade Gundam. So you can actually swap this on and swap the scope out with this scope, actually flip it around, this scope, to make it that version. Which I thought was pretty neat, that you do have two different options. I obviously went with the, regular version of it. And of course you'll need paint for the scope right here. That's supposed to be blue. Along with the camera right here. And back here is supposed to be right over here. That's supposed to be blue. And right behind the little sun symbol here, that's supposed to be blue. But aside from that, this is actually very color separated. And it looks really cool. But before I get into the Gundam itself, let's talk about the actual decent amount of pieces left over from the entry grade Gundam that you got. Yeah, this is actually an entry grade that comes with a bunch of spare pieces. It's only on 2 runners, but you do get pieces of the original entry grade Gundam. This is part of the head, right here. I believe it's part of the head. This is on the A2 runner. You get 2 pieces for the back skirt. And that's on the A1 part of it. And then on the B1 runner, you get a ton. Front skirt. I believe that's part of the arm, head, back of the head, camera, V-fin, leg pieces. You do get a lot of spare pieces. So if you want to kit bash an entry grade Granddaddy Gundam, or your entry grade Gundam got broken and you need a couple of spare pieces, this dude would literally have the parts for it, which I think is really neat. So you're not really, get screwed over by that, which I find pretty cool. And before I get into the review, I wish, Bandai would come out with their official rules for like the Gundam Build Metaverse fighting system, or the fighting system in general, because they talk about how the entry grades are a lower level of strength compared to high grades and all that. Like, what's the standards? What is the standard level? It's like high grade and real grade norm is like that's base level. Master grades are like hyper levels. Like, what's the power level here? What are the stats? Give me that, please. That would be great. But enough of my innate gaming logic. Let's talk about the Gundam. So yeah, if you want to use the other backpack, it's easy. You swap out the backpack, drop this down, take this off, take this. And you plug it into the two holes here. That's it. Unfortunately, they do not come with beam effects for this, so you just get a stick. So, personally, let's just get this backpack off. That's why I stick to this, because at least, you know, it's viable, because you can at least use that, and it comes with a beam effect. This is a sliding in and out situation. Do that, ta-da. And you can take the beam effect off, like so. There's a little notch right in the middle here, and you plug it in right here. The same thing on the other side. Like so. So thus the naginata is put away. And if you want to switch the scope, pop off, pop back on, pop on the other one. Nothing too clever or fancy. So let's do the important stuff like articulation. Let's pop off the hand so we get full. That's the arm fully bent. Arm all the way out. Nothing too fancy there. The hands are ball joint, so it's quite easy to swap your hands in and out. The shield can go on either hand. As you can see here, there's the whole plug for it. Well, there's the adapting point for it. You use this port, this plug, to plug it in on either arm, like so. Oop, overshot. Say, it can go on either one. Not a big deal. I do like the color and the fact that it, in lore, the shield is actually bladed. So it's like a little last minute weapon, worst case scenario. No ab crunch, which sucks. The 60 head spin. Front skirt does not move. I'm not joking, I'm not messing with you guys. Dink. Yeah, you're not really getting any real posability out of this, dude. Okay, hold on. I think we got something here, actually. We got something here. Ah. There we go. Great knee bend, but it sucks because the front skirt really doesn't move. Oh, and there goes part of the naginata. Homeboy decided to break up, to pop out. There you go. And let's see if we get the splits. We won't because the side skirts. Be careful when moving the side skirts because if you go too high, it will pop off. Yeah, for the sake of convenience, let's pop them off and see if we can get decent splits out of this. That's the splits as much as we can get it. Pop that back on. And pop that back on. There we go. Still love the fact that every time I do an entry grade, it looks like they're wearing sandals or flip-flops opposed to actual, boots all being built into the mobile suit. Looks like the dude just slip on some shoes before going into combat, which is kind of funny to me. And to reattach the naginata, they attach here. So this is the top half. You put that into the hand, like so. This piece goes into here, like so. I like to cover up the connecting point with the hand to make it sturdier. Take the blade part. Move that and turn around. There you go. Naginata. Ready to go and ready to cut somebody in half. So let's get into the summary. And actually, before we do that, solid. This is not falling apart on you, which is great. So let's just get to the summary and wrap up the review. So, would I recommend the entry grade Lah Gundam from Gundam Build Metaverse? Yeah, entry grades are like always 100% going to be recommended because they're an entry grade. They're supposed to be a great gateway into the hobby, opposed to none of it because all things. I wouldn't recommend like a master grade to somebody who's trying to start off on it, but I would recommend like SDs, high grades, entry grades. Those are great beginning steps to this. But that's just my opinion. Some people say, yeah, you can throw somebody who's never built a Gundam model into a master grade, but that's their taste. I don't judge. But to me, this is great to start off with. It's simple, it's representing of the original Granddaddy Gundam, so it's a great real starting off point for anybody. Though I'm not a fan that the arms are kind of loose. When you're trying to move the arms up and down, it feels loose to me, and I don't like that. And technically, the shoulder pauldrons and the arms aren't connected to each other. It's connected to the joint itself. So, you don't really get all that. You can move the shoulder independently of it, but yeah. I wish they just had it connect straight to the joint, to the arm itself, but that's just me. Again, you will have to color in the camera to make it color correct, and some of the black spots on it, like around the front skirt, there's 2 black spots, but they didn't give it any black pieces or black stickers, so yeah. Plus, there is no stickers for this, so that's awesome. It's mostly color separated. Again, you do need paint and stuff for the some detail work. I mean, you could panel line it if you so desired, but it's really not a necessity for it, which is awesome. Aside from that, yeah. This is a good, solid kit. Again, perfect for an entry beginning. Excuse me. Good for an entry. And you know what? This was the first model for the whole line along with the Exceed Galaxy. So, these are great way. Those were really good ideas for the beginning part of this part of the branch of the Gundam build, universe as an entry point. Like, hey, here's some entry grades. Yes, the pun is for the entry of this season. Here's some entry grades. The pun is not lost on me. But yeah, I do wish it was a high grade, so you get more stuff out of it and maybe better posability out of it. But I do like it as is. Though I do wish they had a high grade version of the Build Strike Exceed Galaxy. That would be awesome. But hey, to each his own. So I got this at my local hobby store, as I explained in the beginning of the video. But they do have it on our friends at Galactic Toys, so if you want one for yourself, please use the links down below. And Friday's episode is either going to be a Core Gundam, a custom build, which is a Core Gundam, one of the Core Gundam forms, or the custom build Ball Gundam I made / regular Ball Gundam. And yeah, so I want to thank everybody for watching, and if you're new to the channel, thanks for subscribing. And if you're not, thanks for staying with me for this long. So greatly appreciated. I want to thank everybody for watching. And if you want to continue to support the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications when I drop the next episode, which will either be Thursday or Friday, like normal. Yeah, Thursday, Friday. I was about to say Tuesday, Wednesday. Ugh, I am tired. So, I want to thank everybody for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.